What challenges do polar, indigenous oral traditions face? Imagine trying to pass down stories and knowledge when the world around you is changing faster than ever. That's what many indigenous communities in the polar regions are experiencing today. Their oral traditions are more than just stories. They carry vital information about their environment, history, and way of life. But these traditions face some serious hurdles. One big challenge is climate change. In the Arctic and Antarctic, temperatures are rising quickly. Glaciers are melting, and wildlife patterns are shifting. Since these stories often include details about local animals and seasons, changes make it harder for communities to keep their stories accurate and relevant. If the environment changes, the knowledge embedded in oral traditions can become outdated or misunderstood. Another obstacle is the decline of indigenous languages. Many of these communities speak languages that are at risk of disappearing. When fewer people speak their native tongue, passing stories from one generation to the next becomes difficult. Young people might grow up learning the dominant language of the country and forget their traditional language. Without regular use, these languages can fade away, taking the stories and cultural meanings with them. Modern influences also create tension. Scientific research and new technology often focus on quantitative data and facts. Indigenous knowledge, which is more qualitative and based on cultural values, can be misunderstood or undervalued. This can lead to a disconnect where traditional stories are seen as less important or even dismissed by outsiders. Social changes like urbanization and shifting lifestyles also weaken oral traditions. Younger generations may not have the same opportunities or interest in learning these stories. As communities adopt new ways of living and working, the time and space for sharing stories diminish. This can cause a loss of cultural continuity over time. There are also ethical concerns. Communities worry about how their stories and knowledge are used once documented. They want to protect their cultural information from misuse or exploitation. Building trust and respecting their wishes is essential but can be difficult to achieve. Supporting language preservation, creating spaces for elders and youth to share stories, and respecting community rights are key steps. It's about making sure these traditions survive environmental, social, and political changes. When we do this, we help keep the rich cultural heritage of polar indigenous peoples alive and meaningful for future generations.